This broadcast alone is enough to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu victory in the ongoing court case. This is why Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB can never be defeated in any sensible court of law. Listen carefully.
Quite strange and annoying is this. How did Nnamdi Kanu predict clearly what this government would look like? Yet our many prophets cannot. Because I was sent by heaven itself. Everything I tell you is gospel. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. Anything I tell you is gospel from heaven. The government urges Israel and Palestine, Fulani writing to themselves. Let me read it for you so you will laugh. The federal government of Nigeria has said it is monitoring the unfolding developments with Israel and the state of Palestine. According to a statement by the spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ferdinand Nwoye, the federal government urged both parties to de-escalate. Oh, you're urging them to de-escalate, but you're sending army to come to the east to kill people. Do you see how foolish we are? They are writing, it was carried by Punch, their favorite paper, Punch. You know, it's a Janjaweed, you pro-Janjaweed Yoruba newspaper. According to a statement by their spokesman for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ferdinand Nwoye, the federal government urged them to de-escalate. But in Nigeria, where you are escalating violence and conflict. But you are writing to Israel and Palestine, asking them to de-escalate. Such idiocy. From the zoo. They urged the two parties to remain committed to the two-state solution and to ensure that all citizens live in peace and dignity. Are you listening? Nigeria advising Israel that they should ensure that all citizens live in peace and unity with dignity. But you're asking us to give you land for Ruga, for Miet Yala. You're telling us that they are your brothers, your misguided brothers, but you're telling Israel, a civilized, advanced, blessed country, to de-escalate. But in your own land, you are escalating. Anyone, this you're black people now, in this UG, what do you expect? Dear me. Let me read a paragraph from the letter that will make you laugh if you're in the zoo called Nigeria. Now listen. The letter went on to say, the federal government further urges the two parties to remain committed to the two-state solution and in the meantime, guarantee the rights of all citizens to live in, guarantee the rights. So you people know what the rights of citizens are. Yet to protest is a crime in Nigeria. To say you want self-determination is a crime in Nigeria. But you're advising Israel. Are you sure that these people are okay? Anyway, but they're black people. Why am I disturbing myself? One this UG, black. Very, very sad indeed. Can you just imagine these cow brains? Are they for real? At least in the case of Israel and Palestine conflict this time around, Hamas were the people that fired rockets first. Maybe what is happening to black people is now happening to human. Israel was on their own and Hamas started firing rockets at Israel. And Israel had to respond with overwhelming force. Now, despite the fact that Hamas were the first to fire rockets at the state of Israel, the letter from Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate in Asarok is de-escalate. They never blamed Hamas for firing rockets at Israel first. No. And that is not the topic of discussion tonight. It is called context. I want people to contextualize. I want you to put into, I want people to put into context the case of IPOB and federal government of Nigeria. Hamas fired rockets at Israel. Israel responded. Nigeria said, de-escalate. Please guarantee the rights of citizens. I now want to ask Nigeria, did IPOB fire anything at you? Did we even fire ordinary catapult at you before you sent your army to come and kill us? A very simple question. If you're asking those exchanging rockets to de-escalate, what did we do to you to warrant Operation Python Dance 1, 2? What happened? What did we do? In the court of law, if mankind still has any conscience, they will ask you, but what did IPOB do to you? What physical harm did they bring to you? You say, oh, they're asking for Biafra, but Nigeria must be one. That's our crime. But Hamas fired rockets at Israel. You're pleading for, you're asking for peace, for guarantee of rights of citizens. But we did nothing to you. The world will ask the zoo, but what did they do to you? What did Nnamdi Kanu do to you before you arrested him in 2015? Before you went to Mpo to massacre people, what was the crimes of those youths? What did they do? Did they fire a rocket at Asorok? The answer is no. Now, when you live in a society that fails to rationalize the rights and the wrongs of what the government of Nigeria is doing to agitators, then you don't deserve to be called a human being. What did we do? You are asking Israel to take it easy on Hamas that fired rockets and killed citizens. Where did we fire rockets at you before you decided to invade our land? With Miyetiala. Now you understand, don't you? Now, can anybody tell me, please, or any mentally unstable Eastern intellectual or Yoruba sophisticated moron, tell me, which rocket or missile IPOB fired at Asorok before they started killing people in 2015? This is a very simple question begging for answers. Before you condemn IPOB, before you condemn ESM, before you condemn anybody, I want to ask you this simple question. When did we pick up arms against the Nigerian state? When? I'm asking you, if you're honest. So for somebody to hold a view, an opinion that they want to be free from something entitles the state to kill that very individual or individuals, as the case may be. Is that what you're telling me? All of you intellectuals from Igbo land and the sophisticated morons from Yoruba land. It's a simple question. I hold a view that I should not be part of something that a white man created. And you want to kill me for it. I did not fire any rocket at you. I did not pick up any guns to fight you. But you came to kill me because I was holding an opinion you don't agree with. They must answer this question. The late dead Buhari came into office in 2015. Before that, there was Jonathan. I want you to understand this very clearly. That is to let all the intellectuals and the idiots from the South understand what I'm saying very clearly. Before Buhari, there was Jonathan. During the reign, I call it the reign because people rule you in the zoo. It's not a democracy. During the reign of Jonathan, there was IPOB. But Jonathan never made it a state policy to kill IPOB agitators. People must also bear in mind that before Jonathan came, there was Obasanjo. Yes, Obasanjo was a mass murderer. He's a killer. Obasanjo is a killer. He should be hanged. Obasanjo is a mass murderer. You've forgotten Odi, haven't you? Others may forget, but we can't forget. Who was responsible for the Odi massacre? Obasanjo. Zaki Biam, Obasanjo. Murderer, mass murderer he is. Even during the war, he was a mass murderer, pretend masculine, because he's a spy for Western intelligence agencies. That's why he's still alive, because he's a spy for them. These are the people that betrayed Africa. Obasanjo were one of those that betrayed Africa to the core. A spy. When he's talking, you think he loves Africa. Rubbish. Ask him how many agencies around the world is he informant for. Odi massacre, Obasanjo. Zaki Biambo, Obasanjo. He killed people, but at least he didn't go, like he killed myself members as well. but he was not as senselessly brutal as the late dead Buhari. Obasanjo was a mass murderer. Obasanjo killed people in the Middle Belt. He killed people from Biafra land, OD. But let me tell you something that will shock you tonight. The same thing IPOB was asking for was what the North asked for in Sharia. They agitated for Sharia. And Obasanjo agreed to grant them Sharia across 12 states of the North. Is it 13? I don't know. Nobody killed them for it. This same Fulani asking you not to talk about restructuring or banning Fulani headsmen from coming to the South, they had an issue of national concern to them, being their own Sharia. They wanted Sharia law in the North. And it was given to them. There was no legislation in the Federal House of Assembly, be it Senate or House of Reps. Nobody told the Alekalis of the North or the Sultan of Sokoto, please go to National Assembly and discuss Sharia. Or Obasanjo just appraised and gave them Sharia without any fanfare. No fanfare. Are you listening to me? I want to unmask the hypocrisy of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphates because they're hypocrites. I want to ask all of them, those of them talking, I say, but you should have consulted, go to National. When they gave you Sharia under Obasanjo, did you go to National Assembly? A very simple question. You are begging them for restructuring. When they restructured Nigeria, did they beg you? They went to Obasanjo and said, if you don't do this, we'll start. Obasanjo gave them immediately. You have been debating restructuring for how many years? Do you know that God is wonderful? They cannot give you restructuring because that was the same thing that Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed and you said no. Now you want it. Are you following me? When the Fulani wanted, because it is effective restructuring, Nigeria oppressed two systems, one Sharia, one common law, should I say, secular law. When Fulani wanted Sharia, as the South is now calling, some of them are calling for their restructuring. Fulani, did you go to National Assembly for laws to be made or passed, granting you Sharia? It was an executive fiat by Obasanjo, and he granted you your Janjaweed Caliphate in the North. Now tell me, did anybody kill you when you were agitating for Sharia? It's a simple question I want to ask the bandit negotiator, Sheikh Gumi. All of you Fulani people, did anybody shoot at you when you were asking for Sharia? When you went on radios across the North, spewing your rubbish about Sharia and Islam, did anybody arrest you? You were effectively dividing Nigeria into two, one Muslim caliphate and one secular state. From the Middle Belt down, did anybody disturb you? Were you arrested? Were you killed? I have all the laws of nature is on our side. We've done nothing wrong to you people. What you asked for and Obasanjo gave you is what we're asking for, and you're killing us. And you want me to remain in that same country. I think that you are grossly, grossly mistaken. Obasanjo was a mass murderer. He was the one that gave them Sharia. But in the South, he was killing Masop members. It was Buhari who said, Inshallah, that they will make sure that Sharia is implemented across the whole of Nigeria. In fact, no, let me be fair to him, across the whole of the North. Go and look. He was on a radio in the North, in Kaduna somewhere. People, we are great researchers in IPOB. Go and research it. Bring out that very clip. Nobody killed him. Nobody shot him. Can you imagine somebody rising up and saying that we want Christian laws in the South? DSS will take both the man, the woman, the family. They will even take the chicken from inside the chicken shed. But the late dead Buhari said it, and nothing happened, because now that is confirmation that the Fulani owns. All these people from the south saying our country in Nigeria, you people are foolish. Fulani owns, they believe they own. Do you hear Hausa anymore? When last did you hear Hausa Fulani? Zoological Republic. When last did you hear Hausa? It's not only Fulani now. Because the house where you have the houses underneath their feet. And that is one thing that Katrina Lang, with the help of Ojos Okalo in the east and the Tinubu in the west, is hoping to help them achieve, but they can never succeed. Never. I asked a question here, which I expect newspapers and columnists to write about tomorrow and next tomorrow. When the North were agitating for Sharia, did anybody shoot them or arrest them or castigate them? Nobody spoke, no film from the South. Nobody. How dare you? Who are you? Nigeria is theirs. Now you're asking for ordinary restructuring, and they have come out with all guns blazing. They want to tag ESN terror group because we defeated their own terrorist group. Then they have now brought the army. The army we are going to defeat, and they will bring the Air Force, and we will bring them down. And then after that, they will say, come, let's negotiate. That's how it's always, that's how it goes all over the world. You think they're going to conquer us? This is not possible. You're about to see a movie, miracle. Because I asked Elohim, are you in heaven? I said, are you God? Are you in heaven? God said, I'm in heaven, presiding over the affairs of men on earth. I said that time has come. You are going to prove to the whole world that you are the God of these people. This your children. Because one day we are going to die and pass away, but your words will remain forever and ever. The time has come for you to prove to mankind that you are God of these people. These people named Chineke. It's about time you prove that you are their God. I'll try to build a picture for people to understand that by virtue of the statement made by Buhari when he was alive, that they want to spread Sharia all over the north, that Fulani, British-backed satanic caliphate set out from the beginning to deceive, divide, and conquer indigenous populations in the zoo called Nigeria. That's their game plan, and they will never stop. Fulani will conquer all of you, unless you join IPOB now to put up a resistance. Time has gone for talk. We are now digging trenches. We need to stop them. They have come. We must stop them. And we are going to show the whole world now, very shortly. The music, the reggae. We'll start dancing it soon. You know, I'm warning you in advance. You know, our people, we are Republicans. You need to inform them of anything that you're going to do. So that way you can carry them along. I'm just informing them tonight. If you think I will allow Fulani to conquer our land, then you're dreaming. It won't happen. It won't happen, no. No, it's not going to happen. And I say, oh, but you don't need to fight a war inside. Fight that. No. God said we should allow them to come in. Because it's going to destroy the Fulani Caliphate completely and totally. But the main bulk, the main thrust of the army is going to come to the east, and we're going to kill them in the east. That's where they're going to die. Because we are going to compel them to fight every inch of the way, every inch of land they advance, they're going to die. After this, all of you praise God in heaven. Not all this idol. Let us assume for one single second, in the case of this conflict, that violence begat violence. What violence did IPOB unleash on Nigeria that warranted Nigeria to be slaughtering, maiming, kidnapping, and raping people till this very day? I want the world to understand. Mbo massacre, Emene massacre, Iguacha Trump rally massacre, National High School Aba massacre, Isiama Faruku in my own house massacre. I want to ask everybody who is listening, what was our crime when all these massacres were happening? What did we do wrong? I'm sure you can't answer, can you? You can never, ever answer because our hands are clean. You know that. That is why we are undefeatable. We are the only people the zoo are afraid of. It's only IPOB led by Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu. No, others are irrelevant. And that's the truth. You know me, I speak the truth. I don't care how people feel. It's only us they're afraid of. That is why anything associated with IPOB, terrorism. And the media, the journalists they are telling to write this junk, cannot even ask them, but what are Fulani bandits? Are they missionaries? We are terrorists because we stop them from taking over our land. That is why we are terrorists. To tell you the arrogant, allow me to preach. It comes to you, please. Allow me to preach. I must preach this very gospel. To tell you the brazen arrogance of the Janjaweed Caliphate. Do you know what the president of the Senate said, Ahmed Lawan? Elected officials should not be leading any agitation. Well, the second in command, the Afonja, Wajabi Amila, he was a Muslim changed to Christian, changed back again to Islam. Wajabi Amila, whatever the idiot's name is. He said agitation may be genuine, but you know them, allocation. I have Fulani is holding them to their own simple allocation, their own money. Fulani is giving to them 2 million every month. Their brain, that's what matters to them, not the welfare of their own people. The president of the Senate, Fulani Janjaweed Ahmed Lawan, said, elected officials shouldn't be leading this agitation. What is the agitation? Just simple restructuring, not even to divide. And now, let me shock all of you. Do you remember during NSAS? I want to speak very slowly so people can understand me very well. Do you remember during NSAS? This same idiot kept saying, channel your grievances through we're in a democracy. Channel your grievances through your elected officials. Have you all forgotten? Nigerians, of course you have forgotten. After all, you're in the zoo, in this UG. Do you remember when they said to us, go, even Buhari, when he was alive, Buhari said, if they're agitating, we have elected officials, let them go through the elected officials. The same people that said go through elected, they have come back today to say, your elected officials should not be leading agitation. Are these the type of people we want to stay in the same country with? They don't even know what they're doing. You said to us, channel your agitation through your elected officials. Now they sat in Asaba and said, which I don't even support, I don't even believe in this stupid restructuring. They sat in Asaba and they discussed restructuring. You're coming back to say, the same Ahmed Lawan in the newspaper, said, he said, according to Vanguard newspaper, Lawan knocks southern governors over call for restructuring. Why? Says elected officials should not be leading agitation. But you are the same idiot that said that you should channel all your grievances through your electoral. That's how to do it in democracy. In a democracy, you go through your elected representatives. Now they met in Asaba to reflect the views, so they said, of their people. And you're saying they are wrong. Now, I want to ask him, if the governors should not be leading the agitation, who should? I take it by default, it should be ordinary people. Is that not what IPOB is doing and you're killing us? This is to let you understand that Fulani, they believe they own Nigeria. They can do anything, they can say anything. Nobody will arrest them, nobody will touch them. And the most difficult and painful part is that all of you shouting one Nigeria from the south, you are the cause of this problem. Like Yanacho and Ndidi, carrying zoo flag running all over the place like a bunch of idiots. People, no wonder we are so easily colonized. So, and they will suffer for it. So the same people that said, channel your grievances through your elected representatives are the same people complaining that the same people that was elected, the governors, should not be agitating for something that they claim their population is asking for. I now want to ask all of you from the South, with this type of brain, reasoning, understanding being exhibited by the Fulani, this is a whole president of the Senate. How can you be in the same country with such a person? I'm asking you a simple question. Hey, a man that I respect very much, I didn't mention his name before, of course, Professor Akintoye, a man I have immense love and regard for. A man I have immense love and regard for. All these stupid people. All so foolish. Zoo flag, not even ashamed of yourselves. You will see how disgrace will come upon you, because you have brought curse upon yourself. Fulani people brainwashed to think Nigeria belongs to them. Professor Akintoye, a man that I respect and I love immensely. Professor Banji Akintoye on Wednesday disclosed that he is fighting for the actualization of the independence of the Yoruba nation. Akintoye went on to say that Fulani people have been brainwashed to think that Nigeria belongs to them. No. It is your brother Tinubu who is making them to feel Nigeria belongs to them. It is the likes of Joseph Carlo that gave the Fulani the impetus to think Nigeria belongs to them. Your average Nigerian from the South is the idiot that makes the Fulani to think that Nigeria belongs to them. These are some of the things that you must bear in mind. These are some of the things that you must know. My dear uncle, Professor Akintoye, the fault is not with the Fulani. The fault lies with those from the Middle Belt and from the South who for years, through a bizarre combination of foolishness and what I call monumental buffoonery, and despite their so-called education, they think they can share a country with a group of wandering vandals with a conquistador mentality. Let me try and break it down. You cannot be in the same country with a people who are nomads with a mentality to conquer you. Therefore, anybody, any day you are shouting one Nigeria, believe you me, you are preparing yourself for conquest. Because Nigeria belongs to the Fulani people. One idiot is saying I should live, in this UG black, leave football and focus on. And I tweeted before I came on air, have you not seen Gerard Piqué before? Go to my tweet and say it. I tweeted it there. And these UG useless idiots. If you have any brain, will you be in the zoo? You are trying to advise me. I should leave football. I say, you can't see how foolish they are. How foolish they are. Do you see Pep Guardiola is the best football manager in the whole world? He believes in Catalonia. Go and see it. You know Gerard Piqué, over 103 caps for Spain. He has won the World Cup, European Championships. You understand that very well? Countless European Cups and countless La Liga titles. Is he close to Piqué in terms of ranking and status? You cannot see Piqué with Catalonia flag. You idiots. Black monkeys from everywhere. This UG trying to advise me. I shouldn't talk about footballers. Who told you that? He should change his name to Abdul Mumumi Katangora. Maybe I'll leave him alone. You answer Ihanacho. You answer Ndidi. You're a Biafran, idiots. You're trying to advise. Do you have light? You're trying to advise somebody that has 24 hours electricity. Go and fetch water from the borehole and drink and suffer from typhoid in 2 weeks' time. Go. They leave footballers alone. Nara. That was how you leave people alone. People were killed at Tumbo. Leave them alone. Killed at Tonija. Leave them alone. Black people. Leave them alone. This UG. Dr. Nnamdi Kanu studied history, so he must have known what the Fulanis had in store for everybody. All of you, if you read history, I'm sure that Professor Banji Akintoye is a professor of history, so he must know. He must understand. Leave footballers alone. I forgot. Black, DCOG, black people. Sometimes I hate blacks, so I'm being honest with you. Hey, there's a way the reason you just want to slaughter all of them. Telling him this UG things, you are a useless set of people. Cannot reason properly. Black. Leave footballers alone. Leave them alone. No. You cannot see General PK with Catalonia flag. You moron. Azikiwe studied history, but he did nothing with it. He was aware of the fact that Fulani people used Hausa informants and insiders to defeat Hausa people. And any Nigerian who is aware of this very fact can never support one Nigeria. Forget about everything. Forget your hatred for freedom and everything. I want every intellectual. I want every sophisticated moron in the zoo. Simply study Hausa. Forget about everything else. Hate me all you like. Intellectual. Go and study what happened to Hausa people. Because it is going to happen to you. As simple as that. Now, let me tell you one thing that you don't know. It was only 2 or 3 days ago, I was reminiscing and researching and thinking, and I kept asking myself, that Chief Awolowo was a learned man. Obafemi Awolowo was a learned man. Why did he reject Biafra and Ojukwu and everything, even including Aburi? Then something occurred to me, that Chief Obafemi Awolowo realized what the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate were up to. That was why he spent many years trying to convince Nnamdi Azikiwe to join him to secure the South. When Azikiwe said no, Awolowo said to hell with you. Awolowo went to the Yoruba land to secure his people. So some of you may be asking, but how did I draw such a conclusion that may be at odds with contemporary thinking about Awolowo's legacy? Let me answer you this question. Obafemi Awolowo was not a tribalist. He was a realist. Ahmadu Bello, who is a direct descendant of the conquerors from Futajalon, was the real tribalist. Dr. Azikiwe was just a mere dreamer, like a grasshopper jumping from place to place in the summer. So during the winter, it failed to store enough food. It died, and the ants came and picked it up and ate it. Azikiwe was a dreamer. When Awo tried and failed to convince him that the South should break away from the North and mind their own business, Azik said no. Awo left him and said, let me now devote my time and my love for my own people. So what we are doing today, in essence, Awolowo was the forerunner of it. Go and take care of your own people. And that is what Professor Banji Akintoye, what I believe Are Gani Adams, Sunday Boho, and all the rest are doing today, and I commend them. I commend them and I commend them. They should continue. Look at how we are all hailing the get-together of the Southern governors. Imagine if Awolowo and Azikiwe ever got together. Do you think we'll be in this mess today? Ordinary meeting called by Eflefus and the slaves of the Janjaweed. And everybody is rejoicing. Imagine if Awo and Zeke had worked together. Hi, my goodness. What a country, zoological republic. Now, let me tell you their game plan. Please bear with me, I'm preaching. Let me tell you their game plan. That was why I was against the state formation in Nigeria. I told you this from day one. Because when they create a state, they take away your identity. You are nobody anymore. You are the mercy of the Janjaweed Caliphate. And surprise, surprise, the same idiot called Ahmed Lawan, the president of the Senate of the Zoo, he said he is against restructuring. Why? Because the restructuring will go back to the regions and they don't want it. Is it clear now? Is in Punch again? The president of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has faulted calls for restructuring by southern governors. I believe that as leaders, especially those of us who are elected into office, should not be at the forefront of calling for this type of thing, restructuring. Why? Because it will start a regional campaign. It should be state-based. Go and agitate for your state. Not Biafra region or Eastern region, not Western region, not Midwest, for those who want that rubbish. Not for Middle Belt. No, it shouldn't be regional. It should be by state. Do you know why they want it by state? So they can send their DSS director to your state. They send their police commissioner to your state from Fulani land. They decide what happens, who lives and who dies. But if we go back to regions, they cannot do it. Because every region will be autonomous. Is it very clear to you now? So all of you monkeys clamoring for extra state creation, you are fools. You don't know nothing. You know nothing. Your brains are empty. Do you know how they started creating states in the zoo? Was to divide you. That is why I said that, we black people, we have no sense of perspective. We never go back. How did states manage to arise in Nigeria? It is to make you submissive to the dictates of the Janjaweed Caliphate. Cross River, Ogoja, and River State. Gowon said, I am creating these states to spite Ojukwu and to kill off Biafra. Today, I am from Rivers. I'm Rivers man. Rivers man, Papi water. Papi water. When we are coming for, he said, nobody can. I'm not going to kill you before your time. I'm not going. You see what will happen to you. You see what will happen to you. I get people. You will see what will happen to you. The same people that said military offensive against Boko Haram is anti-North. The same people. The same people. This day, newspaper publication, 3rd of June, 2013. Buhari said so. You see, the Fulanis are not as confused as some of you think. They are well focused and getting the country Islamized. They are deceiving the southern Efulefus and the intellectuals. They are deceiving the subsidized morons from the Middle Belt and also from the West, using different tactics. But those who honestly calculate, if you calculate their game plan very well, you will know that their end game is total Islamization, total Fulanization. The people are finished. Save this very broadcast so that when it happens, the whole world will know. This is Tambuwala, Papi water. Make it mouth. The world will hear your story. And when it happens, people must remember that we went to Obi and killed 8 people the other day. And we are our people must be very vigilant. We are in a state of war. If you're drinking and moving about and doing binsing, putting your jeans around your buttocks and walking up and down, you are risking your life. Do not move about alone. We are in a state of war. But of course, some of you are black people and you will not listen until it happens. Then you start complaining. I don't want all these lamentations on Facebook. I don't do social media. I don't want that rubbish anymore. If you see them abducting people, go and kill them. Stop them. Not this stupid lamentation all the time. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick. I only wrote one letter this year to Biden to stop them from selling arms to the zoo, and they ran to China. They're in Shanghai now purchasing weapons to come and Islamize you. They want to remove, they are flying this kite now that Buhari has dementia and health problems. He has dementia. He's not going anywhere, he must be exposed. I know what they're planning to do. They want to maybe put Osibajo there and say, dear Buhari, that fresh boy has dementia. When he was speaking on channels, did he sound as if he had dementia? Not at all. That war they're bringing to the East is going to happen. And when the war happens, the world will call him for a meeting. And I trust the Western world. They'll put on heater. So that mask will melt on his face. Or this is wax, it will melt on his face. And then the shame of the zoo will become public. They said somebody kicked against the southern governors, their meeting, calling for restructuring. We are against it. Northern leaders are not happy with the governors from the southern part of the country. But I'll ask them once again, when you are agitating for your Sharia law, did anybody from the south talk? It was a southern man, so to speak, Obasanjo, that gave you Sharia. Do you see how hypocritical you people are? I think even one of them had the temerity to go live on air to talk rubbish. That is why I am warning Yoruba journalists. People are making life worse for the ordinary people. Yoruba journalists, you must try as much as possible to be objective and try to write the truth at all times. I think it was Malcolm X that said, if you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing. That was what they did for many years. Deceived the Yoruba youths. That IPOB was against Yoruba people. Nnamdi Kanu is against Yoruba. He's anti-Yoruba. He's this. When it's a lie. It is the same IPOB fighting for you. Now they have realized that IPOB was fighting for them. Yoruba newspapers, please. 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 That is the reason why I was very, very bitter and upset the way they covered the arrest of one 60-year-old man. And you know, in Nigeria, they love to reduce the age. They arrested one man they called Aworom that came to my house to take pictures with me. They reduced his age from 60 to 48. So I'm now older than Aworom. He was a father and soon to be grandfather. He was arrested in Abia State where he sought refuge after this same army destroyed his house in his village. They gave him a fake title, Deputy ESN Commander. Oh God. And like Tinubu, they reduced his age from 60 to 50. That is the new craze in Nigeria, reduction of age, football age. They reduced his age from 60 to 48. Poor man, I feel sorry for him. This is now the new trend, age reduction. The Flanagan criminals that run the affairs of the zoo called Nigeria think that the best place to always start is through lies and age falsification. The late dead Buhari, who is almost 90 years of age, is only 76. Bola Tinubu, who is 79, is now 69, which means he gave birth to his daughter at the age of 9. Zoological Republic, people without shame, this UG, black people, that is why we are poor. Very, very backwards, retrogressive. Our thinking is poor, very, very wretched, I'm telling you the truth. They captured the 60-year-old because they know if they mention his real age, people will say, but how can a 60-year-old man be a commander in the field? They said he's 48. Our first child is almost 40. Oh, God in heaven. They think if they do it, it will pain us. Arrest as many as you like. Kill as many as you like. We are going to arrest you, and we're also going to kill you back. Be rest assured. That Armageddon you want, you're going to have it. Simple as that. What I find not only ridiculous but astonishing is that establishment newspapers in Nigeria and media houses still living in the bygone era of Fulani domination of Yoruba land. Like some of the journalists are still doing their best to support their Janjaweed masters. Always doing their best to support the Fulani. I don't know why they do it. Nobody investigated who Aworom is. Even the Fulanized BBC could not ask who is Aworom, how old is he, where is he from? How can he be ESN deputy commander? If you take pictures with me now, you're a target, please be very careful. I've asked all of you, destroy your old phones. All officers, you must move house, change your number, throw away your phones, please, and bury them. Change your number, mind those you talk to because we're in a state of war. It's not going to kill you because Biafra is at hand. It is not going to kill you to be incommunicado, to go underground. We are in a war. All able-bodied men should go into the bush and stop the advance of this army, or else they will kill you. If you're in the township, they will arrest you, they will abduct you. Of course, you will not listen. Children of this age, they don't listen anymore. They say, Amen. This is from Poncho. Oh, God. I'm a NAB suspected IPOB leader, and everybody's IPOB leader. Everything is IPOB leader. Punch is a Yoruba newspaper. Punch is in Lagos. And inside Lagos, is all the bushes around Lagos, you have Al-Shabaab in it. So this Punch newspaper, they think that when they come, they'll say, oh, they will be supporting the Fulani. We support Islamization of Nigeria. They will leave you and you go scot-free. They will also behead you. I must ask Yoruba journalists not to be evil, please. You people are the ones encouraging the Fulani Janjaweed. Yoruba journalists, you people are the ones encouraging the Fulani takeover of Nigeria. Let me read one thing that Temitope Akintola said. He said, one thing I find quite strange and annoying is this. How did Nnamdi Kanu predict clearly what this government will look like? Yet our many prophets cannot. Because I was sent by heaven itself. Everything I tell you is gospel. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. Anything I tell you is gospel from heaven. Let me play for you the unbridled, annoying arrogance of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate. That you may understand, all of you. That you may understand. Because most of you don't quite understand. Some of you don't actually know what is going on. You have no idea what is happening. That is why Fulani is playing with you. Let me play for you what one Fulani man said. And my response to him is always the same. Always the same. How come when the people were agitating, excuse me, for Sharia in the north, nobody from the south intervened? How come now that the South are saying they want something and all of you from the North are jumping up and down? Listen.
Ask all those, whatever, 13, 15 governors that met in that hotel. Was there any of the Fulani leaders consulted?
They didn't consult Fulani leaders.
Any of the Fulani leaders consulted?
Are you listening? The Fulani man is talking.
So they're there making laws for people that they have not consulted. This is a problem with government. Disconnected, out of touch with realities of people. You must sit down and talk with people you are making laws for.
Okay.
None of that, those governors have sat down with Fulani leaders in wherever they are and tell them what we are planning to do, or what we're going to do, or what alternatives are there. And then they are sitting down there and making laws.
All right.
Be careful.
Be careful. I'll play it for you again so you understand. I'm playing this thing for Yoruba journalists. I'm playing this for Igbo Efulefus. I'm playing this thing for intellectuals. I'm playing it for all the sophisticated idiots from right across the zoo. Everybody carrying green, white, green flag. This man is telling you how foolish you are. He was complaining that the southern governors met in Asaba and decided to ban open grazing, that the Fulanis were not there. But all of you making laws for the East. Is there any Easterner who is part of your security architecture? It's a simple question which nobody can answer. Let me play it again for Punch. Are you listening? Punch newspaper, all these idiotic Fulani supporting papers in the zoo, all those useless, idiotic journalists. Are you listening? I want to play it for you. You are the ones encouraging these idiots from the Futajalon Mountains. You are the ones encouraging Fulani to take over our land. I want you to listen and listen very carefully. Listen.
Is that Gandhi said, whatever you do for me without me is against me. Ask all those, whatever, 13, 15 governors that met in that hotel. Was there any of the Fulani leaders consulted? Any of the Fulani leaders consulted? So they're there making laws for people that they have not consulted. This is a problem with government. Disconnected, out of touch with realities of people. You must sit down and talk with people you are making laws for.
Like IPOB.
None of that, those governors have sat down with Fulani leaders in wherever they are and tell them what we are planning to do, or what we're going to do, or what alternatives are there. And then they are sitting down there and making laws.
All right.
Be careful.
Be careful. He warned the useless, idiotic journalist. Be careful. And the idiot is calling him sir. Yes, sir. The zoo president, whoever is wearing the mask, had a National Security Council meeting without a single person from the East present. And they took decisions to deploy the army to the East. That is how foolish Fulani people are, very jaundiced and selective memory. That's what they have. What does this man mean anyway? He was asking, were there any Fulani leaders among the Southern governors meeting? How many meetings have Fulani leaders held before with Southerners in it? Show me one. These guys are something else, so I'm telling you. Anyway, I don't blame him. I blame all the Southern leaders and politicians, all these idiots, intellectuals, writing garbage all the time. Go on with your shameless arrogance, Fulani. Oh, dear me. Only a few days ago, in Asarok, Yusuf Abaka Mohammed, masquerading as Buhari, had a national security meeting, mainly for Southeast and South-South. Yet no single person from the region was in that meeting. Yet the meeting was for the same region's security. And let me remind this Fulani Janjaweed man what he doesn't know. At that national security meeting that was held, Osibanjo was there, Yusuf Abaka Mohammed was there, wearing Buhari face, the face mask. Boss Mustafa was there. Lucky Iraba was there. Lucky Iraba is the Muslim, he's married to a Fulani woman, he's not Igbo. People should stop talking rubbish. Ibrahim Gambari was there. Baba Ghana Monguno was there. Abubakar Malami was there. Bashir Salihu Magashi was there. Ibrahim Atahiru was there. Awal Zubairu was there. Usman Al-Khali Baba was there. Yusuf Magaji Bichi was there. Ahmed Rufai Abubakar was there. Not even a single decent Yoruba man was there. It's only Shibajo. They gathered to address insecurity in the Southeast. Yet no Southeasterner was present in that meeting. That meeting was not a solution to the zoo's problem. Rather, it was a meeting to consolidate the nepotism, tribalism, and cronyism of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate. As one man said, Abiola, you cannot shave a man's head in his absence. As he was trying to say, that Gandhi said, any laws or decisions you take without me present is against me. But you decided to deploy troops to the east, to the southeast. Let me use the southeast in this instance. And there was no Southeasterner in that very meeting. The same Fulani Janjaweed is talking today. That is who they are. And their newspaper, their trumpet, which is Daily Trust, have spoken. Ndume tackle South governors for rejecting open ban grazing. Because I told you they planned all these things. Oh, I wish the South can understand. But it's too late now, maybe. They need to take all of you over. And that is where the zoo must fall. Their mouthpiece is Daily Trust. Have you ever seen or read from Daily Trust, anything antagonistic towards the Janjaweed Caliphate? They are there to defend them. The same thing with Premium Times. That's what they do. It's only in the South people try to, their own stupid objectivism is to try to promote Fulani domination of their own land. Such idiocy, such foolishness. What I want to reiterate tonight for the whole world to understand is that the federal government of Nigeria, under whoever is wearing their mask, under this APC bandit government, is the father of terrorism. So it is quite laughable that they said they're prosecuting those who are sponsoring terrorism. Now, do you know what Arewa said? Those asking for restructuring want Nigeria to disintegrate. But when you wanted Sharia, you don't want Nigeria to disintegrate. I don't blame you. I blame all the idiots from the South, their governors, their politicians, all the fools who cannot stand up to support IPOB and ESN to confront the Fulani Janjaweed. Those are the people that I blame. I don't blame the Fulani in one bit.